Hi, everybody. Welcome to Chair Yoga. It's another full moon today. Just happened to land. Our class landed on a full moon day, so it's just always a most auspicious time to be alive and recognize the beauty of the cosmos. In my email, if you're on that list, that is the qualities that I wanted to lift up today in our practice, I think are quite beautiful, and just ways of recognizing for yourself when you feel these qualities, you feel this sense within you that it's just another beautiful reminder of your wholeness, of your, that you are perfect in all ways that matter. The qualities are flow, feeling that sense of flow. We'll be using that as part of our yoga practice today, trying to really experience flow. Spaciousness, that's always part of yoga, isn't it? Spaciousness. Light, love, and stillness. Those are those qualities that I mentioned in the email. So again, I welcome you. I'm going to begin with a series of Om. Om, the chant. I'm sure some of you are familiar with that. It's really a three-part sound. It's spelled O-M, but it's really, from all the teachers, that it's really like it's got more syllables than that. It's an ah, an oo, just the sound of the letter M. So ah, oo, and And actually, many traditions, many teachers use a fourth symbol, which is the stillness that follows. So I'm going to use that today as our way of getting into the body, so we can really feel a sense of grounding from head to toe and toe to head. So the ah part of where I'm going to divide that Om, the chant of Om, in three parts. We're first going to say ah, and then we'll exhale and then, or take a new breath, and then ooh, and then And the ah is going to refer to your legs, your pelvis and your legs. So the grounding of your legs, so the lower chakras. And then the ah, excuse me, the ooh is going to be the trunk of the body. So you're just kind of saying that chant, ooh, and just sort of feeling it in your, maybe a vibrational tone of that ooh in the trunk of the body. And then which is easy to recognize right in the head, the vibration of the in your lips and your mouth, and it's to the higher chakras in the head. So three-part Om will get us started. I'm going to do it from my chair, joining you there. Join it however you feel comfortable with, but I think it's a great way for us to come into the body, come in and in and in. So it's a three-part way of in to the lower part, the lower chakras, welcoming, identifying with that. And then the second part of ooh, we come into the trunk of the body, and then the vibration in the mouth and into the head of the body. So let's begin. Just take a nice, comfortable seat that you feel the connection of your feet to the earth. You're not leaning into the backrest. So you know this, you know the drill. Come into a nice, proper sit that you feel like you're in right alignment, or maybe you just think of it as I have good posture. So we're going to take a big breath in and out, just trying to sync up our breath a little bit. Be aware of your breath coming in and out. The tricky part is that because of the Zoom sound mechanism, I don't know what else to say, you won't hear me very well. You might hear the beginning of it, so you're just have to trust it's happening and do the best you can. So it's just the sound of ah, the sound of ooh, the sound of Three parts. Let's give it a go. Sit up tall, find your place of right alignment. Let's take a big breath in. And on this exhale, we'll chant the first ah. Good. That was in the legs. Take a breath in. Ooh. Let it all out. And the third part's in the head. And then there's stillness. Good. Thank you for joining me for that. So let's begin. Palms come together overhead. Exhale as you bow into your own heart. Inhale up. Exhale all the way around with your arms, hands right alongside the chair's frame. Using the block or not, your choice. I've got mine handy to guide you with the block between your thighs. Some of you are not using a block. I know and understand that. So use it however you'd like, and then come into that arch back, which is the cow pose, the extension of the spine. So you're really arching through the back body. Arms are real close to the chair's frame, drawing your elbows toward the middle. Let's just pattern the body, feeling that arch, feeling that extension of the spine. Feel your feet to the ground so that you really feel your whole body is helping you hold the pose. That's pretty much true of every pose, that we try to engage and have awareness of how the whole body is cooperating. I guess that lends itself to our theme of wholeness today with a full moon. Good. And then when it's time to exhale, bring your hands to your lap and start to round through your back body and drop your chin to your chest so you feel the C-shaped curve. Now your shoulders should be lined up over your hips. So you want to keep yourself lined up. You're not pulling yourself forward or back. Most of the time what I see happen is when they're trying to round the back, I'll see people lean forward. Try to keep your shoulders over your hips so that you're feeling the curve right within that designated area of the spinal column. Again, just patterning the body so you're breathing in and breathing out. But we do this as a vinyasa. So as you lift up and take your big inhale, that's when we're coming into the extension of the spine, the cow. And when it's time to exhale, you'll round your back body. So it's flowing at your own breath. You don't need to be in sync with me, and you don't need to watch the screen. You know what we're doing, so keep your awareness right where you are. A full breath in and a full breath out allows you to spend the adequate amount of time in each of the poses. So don't shortchange yourself. Don't shortchange the breath so that you can really experience these poses the way they are intended. That's it. I like to notice how the body moves. You know, it's not just my back body. You know, you feel different in how your shoulders roll. You feel different in how the belly changes tone. That's all important. Last time. When you're in your rounded back body, let's get our feet a little further apart. Slide your hands down your legs and hang out. See if you can get your armpits to come into your knees. Some people will be able to, some people won't. But you're laying down in a forward fold nonetheless, folding your body down so that your chest and belly are folded into your legs. Keep your eyes open and look down and underneath the chair. Look down and underneath yourself. So you're allowing your head to just release its weight. You're not trying to hold it up and out. You're trying to look down and under so that literally you're not holding your head up at all. You're releasing its weight. Let's give it two or three breaths here, the full cycle of your breath as you hang down into this forward fold, and notice how your body responds to folding yourself up like that. Take one hand at a time onto your thighs, squeeze your elbows in towards your waistline, and bring yourself up halfway. You can leave your feet right where they are. You don't need to bring them in any closer. Squeeze your elbows in. Now, I want you to align the back of your head with your spine. So the back body is in a diagonal line. It would look like my arm. You don't need to make this shape. I'm showing you. This is the diagonal line that you're creating in your back body. Elbows are squeezing in. Push your feet to the floor now. Let's work on the perineum. You know, that's going to be you. It's like kind of a Kegel, excuse me. It's kind of a Kegel technique, but not exactly, a little bit different. So I want you to take a big breath in, and as you do, you're lifting yourself up off the chair. It feels like that. You're not going to leave the chair, but you can feel the perineum, the very base of the pelvis, engaging, lifting. And then when you exhale, you just soften and come back to, your seated position. And I want you to just breathe, like breathing in, lifting, breathing out, recovering. So do your work, lifting the perineum. Now, for those of you, I want to say more advanced, so those of you who have practiced with me, you know we can add a vagal tone type of breath. That's creating an O shape with your mouth and let the inhale come through the vacuum hose of the O shape. So add that if you know that and you're familiar with that. O-shaped mouth as your inhale, pulling up and in. Exhale, recover. So stay with it. We're going to do a few more. You notice how your legs have to really engage so that you can feel that lift of the pelvis. Last one. Beautiful. And then come up slowly. Come all the way up so you're now upright. Now let's just step our feet so they're more hips distance apart. They're in line with your hip points, straight out with the kneecaps. Inhale with me up. Look up if you can. Exhale, heart. Inhale up. Exhale, go all the way down. And I want you to just create these right angles with your elbows. Press the back hand. The back hand should be leaning, pushing right into your side body, the back body, I guess, more particularly, but over toward the side as much as you can get it. The front arm is just staying right there. You're going to turn your head toward the front arm. So you press in, which is going to pull that shoulder back. You press in with the back of your hand into your body, wherever it landed, and you turn your head. Keep your chin, your jawline level and even like maybe parallel to the floor would be a good way to describe a nice level, neutral position with your head as you turn. This is all about the neck. We're just combining how the shoulders and the neck are so related. So we want to engage and hold our shoulders in a particular way while we explore the range of movement in our neck this morning. Let's exhale completely and then turn so you're back to your neutral position. Inhale up, exhale heart. Inhale up, and we'll switch arms. So you're going to have the other arm in front. Switch it so that it's the same shape, but different arm is in front. Push the back hand so this shoulder blade starts to pull back. Keep your head neutral as you turn. You're exploring your range of motion. Now, what would that mean? You're not just turning to, when you just thought, well, that's good enough, I'm stopping here. You're turning your head until the point where you can't turn it any further. You're exploring your full range of movement. Go right to the very end of the range of movement. Don't stop too soon. Now find your breath, because that's your best teacher. When your breath is nice and steady, rhythmic, that's your body's way of telling you you're in good shape here. This is a good thing for you. When your breath is difficult, choppy, that is telling you need to make an adjustment or modification. Let's finish that breath all the way out and unwind back to neutral. And this time we're going to extend into a T shape. Let's turn the palms up and just notice the difference. Go from palms down to palms up and see where you feel that or how you feel that in your back body. I got my hands opened up like a starfish. I'm stretching out the palms. I'm stretching the fingers apart. And I'm just going to flip them from palms up to palms down just to notice how that feels in my back. The thing that is just remarkable is just moving your arms in a particular way has a profound, or I should say moving your hands in a particular way has a profound effect on your arm muscles, what arm muscles are employed. Good. Let's bring those starfish hands up into a cactus-like position. So make sure your elbows are at least as high as you can, but no higher than your armpit height or your shoulder height. And we're going to close that up. So open, really pull back. So it's very open, and then close it up. This also is a vinyasa. Inhale on the open, exhale on the close. Vinyasa simply means that you're connecting breath and movement. It's a flow practice. Vinyasa is commonly known in the world of yoga as a flow. Open and close. Let's meet in the open position. Now I want you to drop your hands down and lift them back up. So keep your elbows up. And I want you to find a vinyasa here. It doesn't matter to me where your inhale is and where your exhale is, but I want you to connect your breath like that. Inhale one thing, exhale the other thing. Stay with that flow, connecting breath to the movement. And again, I'm not sure if I'm doing at a pace that you can keep up with, so don't worry about that. You're connecting to your breath, the pace of your breath, so you're not trying to keep up with me. And I'm hoping that you're hardly looking at the screen. Once you get an idea of what we're doing, then you're on your own. You just do it. Last time, hold those elbows up and the fingertips are reaching down. And then very slowly bring your arms alongside the chair's frame so you can feel the release of that. You can feel the spaciousness of that. Beautiful. Let's hold on to the chair. Bring your arms way back to the back part of the chair. You might need to scoot up a little bit so you've got plenty of ability to lift your legs up. So let's just move like that. Lift up, lift up, lift up. Find your breath. Stay true to the inhale, the complete exhale as you move, lifting up, lifting up. Of course, we're using belly strength. This is a good core work. It's good for the hips. Good. Both feet to the floor. And I'm just going to, my sense is I got to come a little bit further forward because here's what we're going to do. There's another open and close technique. I want you to spread your legs open and bring them in. So open and close. Now that's me doing it with no action with the arms. So that would be a modified version if you want to do it that way. Or you can open and close and you're using your arms as well. I'm going to go into that sort of cactus-like opening with my arms. Stay with it. Inhale, open, exhale, close. Inhale, open, exhale, close. You got it. I want to meet in the open position and get your hands onto your shoulders. And if this position is just kind of funky with your wrist, just doesn't feel comfortable, you could always just sort of grab hold of your elbows instead. This is the one I like, creates those little wings. And we're going to just go side to side using the oblique muscles now. This is the side abdominal walls. Now, here's where I want you to pay attention to how your head is moving. Kind of use your ears. Like you're going to tilt your head down and you're feeling your way into that by how your ears are, what direction your ears face. You want to face your ears toward where your elbow is touching. So just be aware of how you're moving your head. And you're going to do that by way of your ears. Now check in with your breath. Make sure there's a steady breath. And you're aware of it. That's the key. You're aware of your breath. Let's bring our legs in just a little bit, not quite so wide. This is going to help us when we turn now, so we can twist. Pay attention to how your head is turning. However you devise that technique, you're aware of the turn and how your head, neck are responding. Notice your breath. Hold whichever elbow is down, hold it, turn your ear, release your hand. So the elbow that's on the thigh, just release your hand so it's not trying to touch your shoulder anymore. And let's reach the other hand up toward the ceiling. So you're turning your head, you're aware of how your ear is facing. Let's disentangle from that, just come out of that and come into a neutral position, start over. We'll go to the other side, elbow down to the thigh, release the hand. So you're no longer trying to hold on to your shoulder. You're releasing it, just elbow toward thigh. and the top arm can reach up toward the ceiling. Turn your head in a particular way so you can feel how your ear is facing the floor. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe all the way in and all the way out. Let's disentangle from that. So just come back to your neutral position and bring your legs back within hips distance or within the framework of your chair. We're going to do some crossover, energy crossover. So I want you to just extend a straight leg out and reach your arm out to touch. A nice straight leg out. Now, if you want a little more challenge, you could have bigger arm movements, like a big stretch up, and maybe you stay at one side at a time. So this is a variation you might try, but otherwise just stick. Reaching out, that works great too. So your modification could be just bigger movements, more of them, or sticking with the basics. Straight leg out, crossing the opposite hand over. This crossover is important for the brain to have this energy crossover. Energetically, it's very important, but also just that your mind can make that connection of right to left, left to right. Stay with it. Just create your own pattern. You don't need to watch me. You're just finding what you can do, what works best for your body today. Couple more. Back to neutral. Let's catch up with the breath. Reset your body, any kind of movement your body needs, maybe rocking around, stretching your shoulders. Hey, let's add some shoulder rolls. Couldn't hurt. Let's get the shoulder blades to roll back and down. Keep your arms close to your side body. Let's change the direction of those shoulder rolls. That really loosens up through the shoulder blades so that they can move freely. We're going to go back to that open and close. So it looks like this. Legs open and arms open. And if that's too much, you can always just do the legs. Or I guess you could always just do the arms. So you can just choose. You can do all or both. All or both. Either one. Good. Let's come back to neutral. I want you to scoot a little bit towards your left side of the chair and step your leg out. So both legs are in a right angle. So your knees look the same as when you were forward, but you just put one leg off to the side. I want you to lean into that. Bring your forearm and elbow into that side. And notice how your ear is facing your leg, facing the knee maybe, or however you see that or feel that. Now, let's bring that hand back. We're using the back side of our hand to reach back and press into the back body. As far back there as you can get it. Now breathe. Here's the tricky part. When we lean to one side, the buttocks, that's that other side of your buttocks starts to lift up. I want you to see if you can really plant your pelvis down so both sides are still connected to the chair, even though you're bending away from that. So that'll take a little efforting, but definitely with awareness, you can achieve at least some part of it. Keep pressing down so that the buttocks on that side is pressing down, is still making good contact with the chair. You'll feel the difference. It isolates the bend of the body. It's not taking the whole body with it. You're going to isolate it so that all through here and into the QL, that low back muscle, it's going to isolate that so you can give that a nice stretch and toning. Let's come out of it now. So you're just going to bring your arms back to neutral and bring your feet back. And I want you to scoot the other way a little bit. Step out. So the legs are still shaped the same, just facing in different directions. We're going to lean into it, elbow, forearm. Now take that hand and press the back of your hand into the back body. And then notice how you're turning your head and you're aware of where your ear is facing. Now, for those of you who can I'm sorry I didn't think to offer this on the first round, but we could do it here. If this is medium challenge for you and you're looking for a little more challenge, you don't have to keep your elbow on your thigh. You could just reach down for your block or reach down for the floor. Remember though, the hips, the pelvis has to stay level. No matter which one you choose, we're still going to try to create that level, right to left balance in your pelvis. Pull back with that shoulder, tilt your head, find your breath. Smooth out your breathing now. Smooth it out. You wait long enough, you stay in the pose long enough that you feel the breath kind of finding its rhythm, smoothing itself out. Let's come back up to neutral. We'll bring both legs back to center. And let's cross over. Cross one leg over so you really stabilize. It's called a bind. We're binding our legs together so that we're very stable in the lower body. That's going to help us accomplish a real nice twist. So we're going to turn toward what leg is on top. So take a big breath in. And when you exhale, you're turning your body toward the front leg, that direction. Now I want you to start pulling the back shoulder back like a single shoulder roll. I'm turning to show you, but I want you to stay in your twist as you're just rolling that shoulder back and back and back. Now you could use the technique where you bring the back of your hand into your body again, but the one I like better is to find some way to hold on to the chair. Now here's where you got to find a balance in your pelvis, right to left, so that you're vertical with your body. You got to just look around, check it out, because if you're leaning, it's not as good a twist. It's not as good for your body. So get your spine vertical and find a way to support that front. You're creating that right to left balance in the pelvis. And then use your chair, use your body parts to help you get some leverage for a deeper twist. Your head's part of the twist. So turn to your full range of movement when you feel secure with that. And of course, your breath is always the final judge of how this is all working. How's that breath? Nice, smooth breath is what we're looking for. And if it isn't that, you're going to modify so that your breath smooths out. Let's unwind the head first. Keep your body in the twist. And when you come out, let's reach both arms up. Just breathe. Arms are up, palms face forward. Exhale down. Just keep your legs bound up like that. Now flip your hands so the palms are up. Palms face up. Now lift those up and reach back to touch your shoulder blades. Elbows are up. You're reaching your fingertips to touch your shoulder blades. Get your head neutral here. Breathe in, breathe out. Arms are as close to your head as you can do. Let your breath be noisy, whatever you need it to be, so it's holding you, supporting you. So there's no strain in your neck. Again, we lift up. The palms are facing behind you. And come all the way down, all the way down, all the way down. Again, maybe some shoulder rolls. Just reset your body, uncross your legs. Do the movement your body seems to be looking for. We're going to cross the other leg. Your knees are crossed and they're centered in the chair. Find that balance left to right so your pelvis feels really supported, really purposeful. Inhale up. Exhale, twist toward the top leg. So you're twisting the other way. The back arm is doing its individual shoulder rolls. It's like you're trying to grease it. You want to grease the shoulder blades so it's going to be more friendly in this posture. And then you're going to set it up. Maybe it is the back of the palm that presses into your body. Maybe that works really well for you. Or if you're like me, you're going to grab hold of the chair in some way. Now we got to find the verticality of your spine. So balance right to left in your pelvis and make sure you're not leaning. Just check it out. Just be aware we don't want to lean. So bring yourself to the best of your ability upright. And then we're rotating our shoulders, rotating the body into a twist. And the twist includes your head and neck. So you're finding your full range of movement as you turn your head. And of course, your shoulders are profoundly involved in this twist. So they're carving out a path for you to turn your head into that. Find that breath now. Find it in and out, catching up, making sure your breath is full and supportive. Wait on it. Don't hurry yourself. We're going to turn the head out of the pose, keeping your shoulders and the rest of your twist is in place, but we take the head out of the picture, so it's just neutral now. We breathe some more. And then we're going to unwind back to a neutral position. Maybe you need to do some adjustments. And we're going to move again, palms facing forward. And we're up and down just through the shoulders. Really no movement in the body except for the movement of the arms. Now I want you to flip your hands so the palms are up. Now they lift up and we reach back to let those fingertips touch our shoulder blades. And we're going to get our head framed right between those upper arms. Keep your arms as close to your head as you can. Now soften your neck. No tension. You don't need a whole bunch of tension in your neck here. And if you're feeling like, well, there's no other way for me to do it, then you make a huge modification. What if the best you could do because of your neck situation is you got to get your elbows, they can't go that high. So you take care of your neck, modify as you need to. Find your breath. It's always good yoga. You come right back to breathing in, breathing out, being aware of that full breath cycle. I'm telling you, that's good yoga. Now exhale completely. Raise those arms again. They're in that goofy way where your palms are facing behind you. Bring them down, Let your shoulder blades relax, palms down. You're just bringing arms down. Good. Let's shrug and release as we get both feet to the floor. Shrug and release. Shrug and release. Good. All right, let's get our hand, just hold on to your arms in some way, kind of tuck your feet underneath you. Let's boost ourselves out of the chair. Pay attention to your sit. So you're coming up and out of the chair, landing squarely in the chair seat. Practice that. So you're feeling there's a practice of balance here. Probably more prominently, there's a practice of core strength. The ability to just boost yourself out of the chair with the strength of your belly, strength of your legs. Stop whenever you're ready to do that. If you just want to keep doing it, you stay with it. We'll all meet in a mountain pose right near the chair. Palms are going to face forward. Arms are going to be real close to your body. Take a look at your feet to make sure they're parallel to each other. They're straight and parallel. You don't have toes out. You don't have toes in. You've got your feet parallel to each other. Let's get a micro bend in the knees. So you're not locking your knees. You're going to intentionally give a little micro bend to the knees. Let's close the eyes now, because this is it. We're going to stand in mountain pose, feel our whole presence within our whole body. Eyes closed so you can really zero in on the experience from the inside out. So you won't find distraction of what's going on in your house, what's happening in the room, what's she doing on the screen, none of that. Close your eyes, come into the awareness of the inside of your body and find your breath once again. This is a great opportunity to do a full body experience of breathing. Inhale as though the breath starts at the soles of the feet, and let that inhale through your imagination and your intention make its way to the very crown of your head. And you'll exhale back down through your body to the soles of the feet. I'm a big fan of the circle of breath. I bring the breath up through the front of the body and let the exhale descend down the back of my body. That's not for everybody. So you decide how you're going to do a full body experience of your breath. Eyes closed if you can. Remember, the chair's right there. You can feel it. And you can always sit. You can always open your eyes. Stay with the circle of breath now. It's like this midpoint of our practice to regroup. Feel your body now standing up, strong and tall and whole. Soften your mouth, relax your tongue. And then exhale completely and flutter your eyes open. Good. So I want you to shake your legs out, shake your arms out, kind of give a kick, a little energy clearing. We're going to do a little tapping. Bring your hands to your fingertips to your crown, and you're going to tap, tap, tap to the temples, tapping. We're just clearing energy here. Tapping under the eyes. It's like the cheekbones, just a tap, 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 tap on the lip, right under the nose. One hand can do it. And on your chin, below your lip, one hand can do it. Both hands now, but the fingers really. And it's all through your collarbone area, just right through the collarbone, tap, tap, tap. And then let's go right on the chest bone. And then we're going to just kind of cross over so you're under your armpits. And this is like the full palm. The full palm is doing the tapping all the way down the sides and under the armpits. Let's take that tap or that palming, just however it feels right to you, through the belly area, right down the front of your legs, down past your knees, down your shins. Let's go the sides of our legs, up through the body, up through the legs, and back, down again. We're going to fold again. We're tapping the back of our legs, all the way down to the heels. And then any way you want to bring yourself up, maybe you're kind of blending it and tapping all around. We're back to the belly. We're under the armpits. We're at the chest bone. And let's come all the way down with our arms. Big breath in and exhale it out. Ah, good. All right, let's use the chair for some support. I'm going to move it in such a way that I've got the high side of the chair. Maybe you just need to step around so you're behind your chair. That's probably going to work just fine. And we're going to do some work with the feet. So I want you to take a step back with your left foot is back, your right foot is forward. And for now, both legs are straight. And we're going to move from the feet down, straight legs. So both heels down, feet are flat. I'll say feet are flat, to a point where we lift the right heel up so the knee bends. So both heels down. Then we lift that right heel up so the knee bends. And then I want you to see if you can do the same thing in the back in terms of lifting the heel. So that back leg is going to stay straight. So you can see, take a look, see what I'm doing. I've got both heels up, one knee bent. Now, straighten it out. Feet are flat, straight leg. Heels are up, bent knee. Feet are flat, straight leg. Heels are up, bent knee. Here you go. Keep your head up, move through it, play with it. See if there's anything else with this basic framework that you want to try. Here's what I'm going to offer up as a suggestion is to not hold your chair. See if you're able to do any part of that without touching the chair. That you're relying on your drishti, your focused eyes, and you're relying on your sense of balance within your body. It's not for everybody. Maybe you want one hand on the chair. So that would be a good start. Let's meet with a knee bent and both heels are up. Now, can you just move in and out of that where you don't do anything with your front knee? It's going to stay bent, but you let the feet come down. So working through the feet, stretching those feet, getting into the toes. Excellent. We're going to step back with the right foot. Keep your hands on the chair. Let's just stretch that out in the L-shaped stretch. Feet are hips distance apart. Your feet are parallel to one another and you're pulling back through the buttocks, pulling the butt muscles back to the wall behind you. This is a great chance to try to straighten out the bend of your knee a little bit. Stretch through the calf and the Achilles part of your heel. Of course, you're stretching the hamstrings, pulling the buttocks back to the wall behind you. Remember, your legs are holding you up. The chair, your hands on the chair, that's not what's holding you up. I could do it without that. See, there's no body weight being held up by your arms. That's all legs. So trust that. Trust it. Let's start walking toward the chair. Now come into an upright position, your mountain pose, and catch up with your breathing. Maybe there's some movement you need to do, a reset of the body. I'm going to turn, you don't have to do a thing, but I want you to be able to see we're switching legs. Take the right foot back, left foot forward, both feet flat. Now bend into the front knee and pop that heel up. So your left heel popped up. Feel that. Now see if you can add the heel on the back foot so it's up as well. Flat foot, legs straight, heels up, knee is bent, front knee is bent. Same thing as we did the first time. Flat feet, straight leg, heels up, bent knee. So you can do it with a chair, you know, holding on, or you can see if you can make those movements without the use of the chair. Find a drishti, find a balance in your feet. Stay with your breath. All are part of this. You know, that's how we do it. You do any part of this that works for you. Let's hold both heels up. Hold both heels up. Maybe you come back to holding onto the chair. Both heels are up. Hold it. Find your breath. And let's bring both feet to the floor and maybe walk your feet together. Shake them out. We're going to stretch that out. Stretch that out in the L shape. Remember, you get a good chance to straighten out through the knees, the back of the knees. I want you to really feel your thigh bones, the femur bones, the big long bone of the body. Pull those bones back. See if you can get aware, instead of through the butt muscle, see if you can feel like, I wonder what my bones could do for me if you pull the thigh bones back. Keep your chin tucked towards your throat. So the head, neck, and spine are in alignment and there's no strain on your neck whatsoever. Deepen your breath. Let's start walking toward the chair. I'm going to do a balancing pose here in a moment. So just find your mountain, come up. Maybe you have to do some adjustments. This balancing pose is called the airplane pose. So, and I think it's called that because we create sort of airplane wings. This is what I'll be doing with my arms. Here's the side view of it. So you're going to be facing the back of your chair. Let's balance on our left foot. So our left leg is going to hold us up. Take the pointed toe of your right leg, pointed toe back as straight as you can go, and just a one-legged balance with airplane wings to help support that. So it's kind of a back bend a little bit. It's an arch of the back to hold you up. I want you to find a drishti, stare at something. And maybe you're going to keep that back toe on the ground because for you, that's a better option. So you can always do that. And if you want a bit more of a challenge, you're going to let the toe and the foot just float up off the floor. Let's find a full breath cycle. Both feet to the floor and hands are back on the chair. Shake your legs out. Move your hips from side to side. Let's do the other side now. Let's balance on our other leg. So shifting your weight into your right leg, you're going to let the left foot stretch back with the toe pointing down. And again, either float it above the floor or let that toe just touch back there. There's a big arch of the back as you spread your wings. Find your drishti. Focal point with your eyes helps you balance. Now we have to find a breath here. Can't hold your breath. You got to breathe in and breathe out right here, right now. Hands to the chair, feet to the floor, shake it out. Let's step away from the chair a little bit and hula hoop a little bit. So you're circling around, circle those hips. And let's change the direction of that. Beautiful. I want you to turn your chair so you've got the seat of the chair facing you. And palms are going to come onto the chair seat. We're creating a tabletop. Your arms are table legs. The back body is a tabletop. So you're close to the chair. You're not stepping back. You're right next to the chair, palms down. You know, if your wrists hurt you, you can make a fist of your hands and push your fists into the, now I've got a cushion on my chair, so for me it would work fine. But if you've got a hard surface, that wouldn't be a good option. But if your wrists hurt, that's an option that really improves that situation. So I want you to bend your knee and stick it out. And then I want you to draw some circles with your knee. So circle around, keep your, I would say keep your gaze at the chair seat. And then let's change the direction of the circle we're drawing. Bent knee is drawing some circles out to the side. Both feet to the floor, bend your knees and come back upright. Inhale, palms together overhead. Exhale, bow into your own heart. Inhale up, exhale, arms take a big back stroke all the way down, and we're back to our tabletop so we can switch legs. We're going to bend the other knee. It's off to the side. Now draw some circles. Keep your gaze at your hands or down toward the chair seat. Draw circles with your leg, any amount, any amount. Change the direction of those circles. Even if you did one circle one way and one circle the other way, that would be a big victory. Both feet to the floor. This time, let's walk away from the chair. Start walking back, and we'll do a downward dog. Get your arms to come right past your ears, so your arms are pretty close to your head here. Feet are straight, they're parallel to each other. Try to straighten out the knees as best you can. Tuck your chin in towards your throat. So the back of the head, neck, and spine are in alignment. You want to feel your body weight in the fullness of your feet, not just your heels. Try to get some body weight, the experience of your body relying on the surface of your feet, the whole surface of your feet. That's it. Exhale completely. Start walking toward the chair. Round the back body, bend your knees around the back body. Think of the cat pose and come up slowly, one vertebrae at a time. Chin is down. One vertebrae at a time brings you upright, upright. And finally, you're in your mountain pose and you just pause here. Just wait. Breathing in, breathing out. Excellent. Nice job, everybody. Let's move into Shavasana now. So bring your chair. And if some of you I know get a second chair so that you can elevate your feet, take your time now to get that all situated. Scoot yourself back into the chair seat so you've got a real easy access to the backrest. As soon as you find your comfort, and I say be fussy about it, be particular. You want to get really comfortable, truly comfortable. Once you're there, once you've arrived, close your eyes at your earliest opportunity and begin the process of staying in and in. So we go in and in the beginning of practice when we're transitioning into our yoga experience. And now we're going to take these last several minutes to stay in and in on the interior viewpoint of our body, of our being, of our experience of being here now and in this body, in this time. We want to experience it from the inside out. It's quite remarkable, isn't it, how this pulsation of prana is so evident, is so experiential, that we can feel this sense of aliveness based on our movement and our breath practice. So I want you to just really come into that awareness, noticing the prana in the body, all through the body. So get really curious. I wonder if I can feel it in my feet. I wonder if I can feel, just where is it? And maybe where is it primarily in my experience, just for fun. And then notice how the breath is deepening. We start with breath coming in and out, and many of you, I know, as I do, utilize the mantra of in and out to bring yourself into breath awareness, saying the words in on the inhale and out on the exhale. Let's move into a deeper awareness and use deep and slow. Inhale the word deep, exhale the word slow as a mantra to keep you focused, this alert and focused mind that we want to create in our practice. This will help that. It's so tempting to go off and start making your imagination run wild about what's next. What do I got to do? What did that person say to me? Let's stay right here, right now, with the simplicity of breath awareness. And we're breathing deep and slow breaths. Relax your shoulders, soften your belly, relax your legs in their entirety, and breathe deep and slow. I'm going to step away from the camera. I'll still be here coaching you, breathing deep and slow. Again, relaxing the shoulders. Maybe you could just imagine that I come around and put my hands on your shoulders to feel that weight and to feel that connection one with the other, to help you feel even more present in this body at this time. Let's change our word. Let's use a new mantra. Breathing in calm and breathing out ease. Use the words calm and ease, where you feel the calm and you feel the ease. Letting the chair completely hold you, relaxing into the chair, completely supported. Isn't that a beautiful notion, that you are held and supported entirely, just as you are? Wholeness, celebrating your wholeness. Soften the tongue, relax your mouth. Sometimes it'll just sneak up on us. Relax your mouth. Breathe all the way in for calm and all the way out for ease. Create calm, create ease in your body. Again, those 5 qualities that we're lifting up today are flow, spaciousness, light, love, and stillness. I have a poem from Dana Faulds to read for us today. I don't think I've read it before. If it was a long time ago. It's a simple one, but it's a pretty one too. When the sun rises in the heart, the only response to life, shouted, sung, or whispered, the bridge between what came before and now, the single, simple answer to all prayers, the life-changing voice of spirit says with certainty and strength, a resounding, clear, unequivocal yes to all that is. Find the breath, the calm and ease of your breath. A few more minutes, stay with it. No hurry. Let's take a big breath in through the nose and exhale it out of the mouth with the sound of ah, that sigh. So do a few breaths like that. Big breath in and sigh it out with some sound vibrating through your mouth and through your head. Clearing breath, a cleansing breath. Inhale through the nose and sigh it out. We're going to come back to a place of alignment. So if you can come back to your seated position where your feet are on the floor and your spine is long and strong, in good posture or right alignment. I want you to move into the neck area with your awareness as you tilt your head, ear towards shoulder. So your head will tilt one way and just let your arm float away. So the opposite direction of your tilt will kind of lengthen that stretch for you. It'll kind of give it a little more experience for you, a little more sensation. Smooth out the breath. And bring your hand back to your lap and bring your head gently up to its neutral position and then tilt the other way. Ear facing shoulder. That could be plenty. Maybe that's all you choose to do if you want a little more sensation. Let your arm float away. Leave your lap and the arm just floats away to elongate that experience. A little more sensation. Relax into the breath again. Hand will come back to the lap. Head will come back to its neutral position. Let's sync up our breath. Inhale, palms together overhead. Exhale, bow into your own heart. Inhale up and exhale, we share that beautiful energy, peaceful, loving energy with our communities. We bring our hands to the prayer position. We bow to ourselves and we bow to one another. Namaste, my friends. And thank you for joining me.
Julie, thank you.
Thank you, Julie. I made it
Thank
through
you.
the whole class.
All right, good deal.